So yesterday I started with, in my last class I started with the Polish notations in stack. So these are the notations: infix, prefix, and postfix. I already said that in infix notation, the operators are in between the operands. In prefix notation, the operator is before the operands, and in postfix notation, the operator is after the operands. Okay, so these are the examples, some of the examples that you can see of an infix expression, its respective prefix expression, and the respective postfix expression. So now these are smaller, and hence it could be done directly. But if it is a very big infix expression and you need to convert it to prefix or postfix, then generally stack is used. Okay. And there is an algorithm for doing it. Okay. So today we will try to understand what is the process, how it is done, what is the algorithm involved, and what kind of stack is used. Everything we will discuss.
Ma'am, have you studied the stack?
Yes. Yes. Okay, so this is example number 1. So here you can see that there is an infix expression A into B plus C. This is an infix expression and it has to be converted to equivalent postfix. Okay. Postfix expression is also known as reverse Polish notation. This is other name for postfix expression. So what is the infix expression that is given? A into B plus C. So let us write it down. This is given. Okay. So this is your, you can make 2 columns. One is input symbol or correct symbol, anything, both will do. I'm using input symbol. Input symbol. Then this is operator stack. Remember it. This type of stack is called operator stack because only the operators are stored in it. Okay. And finally, postfix or postfix string, anything you can make. So first what you will do is, the rule is, in this case it is not given, but the actual rule is you give a closing bracket here and an opening bracket in the stack. So this is the infix expression. After the infix expression, you give a closing bracket, and in the stack you give an opening bracket. Okay. And then you see, scan all the symbols from left to right and then keep on continuing. So first is A. Okay. Now A is operand, A is not operator, and this stack is only for operator. So only this will be present and A will come here. A will not be a part of the stack. Next we have multiply. So multiply is operator, so it will come here. And A will be as usual.
Ma'am, with operator with high precision comes first now.
Let you first see, let me complete.
Then
Then it is B. Okay. So B is also not operator, so B will come here. So A followed by B. Then plus. Okay. Now you see, whenever the rule says or the algorithm says, whenever a lower priority operator comes after higher priority, okay, because multiplication has higher priority, plus has lower priority. So lower priority is coming after higher priority. In that case, the higher priority will be popped and it will go that side. So lower priority one will come to the stack, higher one will be popped, and higher one will come here. Is it clear? clear?
Yes, ma'am.
So the next one is C. C is not operator, so C will come here. And then the closing bracket. So I intentionally gave a closing bracket. So whenever a closing bracket comes, so whatever is operator is present between the opening and closing bracket, that will be popped and this stack will become empty. So that will be popped and it will go that side, C plus. So this is the postfix expression of the equivalent infix. Did you get it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now let us try to do it. This is we have done using stack. Now, if let us see if we can do it without using stack. That means directly. Is it possible or not? Let us see. So I'm just taking this one. A into B plus C. Now we know that multiplication has higher priority. Okay, so this one should be done first, then this one. So we can understand it. So if this is to be completed first, then this will become AB star, okay, plus C. This is step number 1. And in step number 2, you consider this one as an entire entity, suppose X. So X plus C in postfix will become XC plus, right? So what is X? AB into C plus. See if you can understand it.
Yes, ma'am.
So this is one way of doing. This is a lengthy process if it stack is involved. If you are able to do this one this way, then at least you will save your time in MCQ type question. So this is the second example, and let us try to solve this example using stack, and then we will see if we can do it directly. So it's a long one, so let me show it here itself. So what you will do is, here you will put a closing bracket and here you will put opening bracket. Okay, that is for your ease, I'm telling you. So it is A into B plus C into D. So this is into symbol. Now on opening bracket I have put here. So one extra closing bracket also I will put. That will help me later on. Now the first one is A. A is not operator. So this will remain same. A will come here. Then star or multiply is operator. Then again opening bracket. So star followed by opening bracket and A. Then B. So this remains the same. A, B. Then plus. Okay. But you see here, the star and plus is separated by an opening bracket. So nothing will be popped. They are not side by side. There is separation. So it will be like this. and AB. C. C, right? Now multiplication. Now higher priority is coming after lower priority. So don't pop anything. If lower priority comes after higher priority, then you will pop D. Okay. So star plus star A, B, C, D. Now after D, there is a closing bracket, you see. So whenever closing bracket comes, so whatever is present in the, is it visible to you? Yes. Is it visible?
Yes, ma'am.
So you see, whenever a closing bracket comes, oh, there was another class E, right? Oh, I've left it. Anyways. So I'm doing for this one, there is a one extra class E. So what happens is, this one, whatever is there, when a closing bracket comes, whatever is present within opening and closing bracket, that will be popped. And how it will be popped? According to LIFO, last in, first out. That means first this multiplication will be popped, then the plus will be popped. So it will become star, then plus. And this entire thing will go away. Okay. And then there is a closing bracket I have given. So this will also be popped. So this is giving me a different answer because I have changed, the equation. So this is the final answer. There is a plus E. If you put plus E, then you will get this one. Clear? Is it clear how to do it?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, ma'am.
We will practice more of this kind in next consecutive classes. So don't worry, you will understand. Even if it is not fully clear, it will be clear to you. Now let us try to solve it without using, stack. Let us see if we can do it. So this is what we had. A plus B plus C into D. Now highest priority is of bracket, isn't it? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Highest priority is a bracket. Now within bracket you have plus as well as multiply. So among plus and multiply, which one has higher priority?
Multiply.
Multiply. So that will be done first. So it will become A plus B plus CD multiply, right? Tell me if you cannot understand. Now what is left within bracket? This plus is left. So it will be treated like, suppose B plus X. This entire thing you can take as X. Then it will become BX plus. So it will become BCD multiply plus. Now if you consider this one entire thing as Y, so it will become A plus Y. So it will become AY plus. So A, B, C, multiply. Oh, sorry, this is multiply. So plus. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
So if you are able to do it this way directly, it will save your time in competitive examination or if your semester is of MCQ type. Okay, but don't make mistake. If you think this way you can make mistake, then you can go for stack. step by step, but that will be time consuming. So this is conversion from infix to postfix. Now let us see the algorithm. So this is the algorithm actually. So what it says, add a closing bracket to the end of the infix expression. I told that at the end of infix expression, put a closing bracket and push a opening bracket onto the stack. So in the stack, you put a opening bracket. Okay. Repeat until each character in the infix expression is scanned. So you start scanning the infix expression character by character. So if an opening bracket is encountered, if like this one, this is opening bracket. So if an opening bracket is encountered, push it onto the stack. So that will go to the stack. If an operand, whether a digit or a character is encountered, this is operand, A, B, C, D, all these are operands. So if an operand is encountered, add it to the postfix expression. That means you will add it to the right hand side, not in the stack. Now, if a closing bracket is encountered, then, so if a closing bracket like this is encountered, then there can be two cases. Repeatedly pop from the stack and add it to the postfix expression until a opening bracket is encountered. Like we got something like this. We got something like this and then a closing bracket. So if you get a closing bracket, then repeatedly pop from the stack and add it to the postfix expression. That is what it is saying. Okay, how you will pop? Last in, first out. Which one came at last will be popped at first, then this one. And then discard the opening bracket. That is, remove the opening bracket from the stack and do not add it to the postfix expression. So after you do this, you discard this opening bracket also. This will also not be present in the stack. So this entire thing will be removed from the stack. If an operator O is encountered, okay, suppose operator, which are the operators? Plus, minus, multiply, all these are operators. So if an operator O is encountered, then case one is repeatedly pop from the stack and add each operator to the postfix expression which has the same precedence or higher precedence than O. That means if plus is there and then same precedence, another operator comes. That means same priority. Suppose plus again comes. Okay, so one will be popped. Okay. Another is if higher priority operator is there, after that lower priority operator comes, then the higher priority which was present, that will be popped. That is what it is saying. Otherwise, what you will do is you will push the operator O to the stack. If a new operator is coming, suppose there is no operator at all as of now in the stack, only one opening bracket is there, and one operator came, that is multiply, then just push it onto the stack. And repeatedly pop from the stack and add it to the postfix expression until the stack is empty. So this way, you will keep on moving from the stack to the postfix expression until the stack becomes empty. At the end of this algorithm, the entire stack we have seen became empty. The stack should be empty. Is it clear to you? All the steps?
Yes, ma'am.
If you practice, okay, then you go through the algorithm, you will easily understand. Just the steps are written. Whatever steps we have followed, that is written here. Now you see evaluating a postfix expression. This one also I will solve first. Then it will be easy for you to understand the algorithm. Evaluating postfix expression means what? A postfix expression is given to you. What is the postfix expression? It is 234 plus multiply 5 multiply. This is the postfix expression. You can see how it is postfix because the operators are after the operands. So it is clearly a postfix or reverse Polish notation. Now what you have to do is you can do it using stack. Okay, it is better you do it this way. So you can divide into two phases. So character scan and stack. What kind of stack it is? It is not operator stack, it is operand stack. You see no operator is there. Only operands are there. Previously, it was operator stack. In this case, it is operand stack. Sometimes this question is asked in MCQ. Please note it down. This is operand stack in this case. That is, what is the case? Evaluating postfix expression. Here we use operand stack and converting infix expression to postfix. There we use operator stack. So how you can solve it, you see. First character scanned is 2. So put it in the stack. Next character scanned is 3. Again you put it in the stack. Next character scanned is 4. Put it in the stack. Next character scanned is plus. Now when plus is scanned, you will take out, pop the first two operators, perform an operation and push it back into the stack. So you will pop 4 and 3, then you will add 4 and 3, and then you will push it back into the stack. So this will become 2 and 7. Clear? Is it clear?
Yes,
Ma'am, can you repeat it again?
I said you start scanning from left to right. First is 2. Next character is 3. Next character is 4. Then you have plus. So when you get any operator, you will pop the last two operands. Okay. And whatever this operator is saying, you do it. So this is saying plus. So pop 4 and 3. Then you add these two. So you get 7. So push it back into the stack. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Now the next one is multiply. So you again pop these two operators from the stack and perform multiplication. So you will get 14. So you push 14 back into the stack. Now the next one is 5. So it is 14 and 5 now in the stack. And finally, again multiply. So you multiply 14 and 5, you will get 70. So the final answer is 70. So what is the result of evaluating this postfix expression? It is 70. Is it clear?
yes, ma'am.
It is simple. You see, it is very, very simple. Nothing is complicated here. Just you have to follow the steps. So similarly, this is example number 2. You see. Okay, here they have not given the postfix expression. So I can write the postfix expression for you. So it will be, the postfix expression will be 9, 3, 4, multiply 8 plus 4, divide minus. So this is the question. This is given to you. and you have to evaluate it. So first 9 is scanned, place it into the stack. Then 3, place it into the stack. Then 4, place it into the stack. Then multiply. So just pop 4 and 3, perform multiplication, it will give you 12. Push it back into the stack. So it is 9 and 12 now. Then 8. So 9, 12, then 8. Now plus. So add 12 and 8, you will get 20. Then comes 4. So 9, 20, 4. Then divide. So you divide 20 by 4, you will get 5. And then minus. So 9 minus 5 is 4. So 4 is the final answer. Anyone has any doubt? Is it clear to everyone?
Clear, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Now let us see the algorithm. So here they have said that add a closing bracket at the end of the postfix expression. This is not mandatory. You can skip this step. Scan every character of the postfix expression and repeat. What to repeat? Step 3 and 4 until a closing bracket is encountered. If an operand is encountered, that is, these are operands 2, 3, 4. So if operand is encountered, push it onto the stack. Every operand is pushed to the stack. If an operator O is encountered, then pop the top 2 elements from the stack A and B. Let the top 2 elements be A and B as A and B. Okay. Okay. Twice it is written as A and B. Okay, up to this much only. Then evaluate B operator A, where A is the topmost element and B is the element below A. That is what it is saying, that you have to pop the top 2 elements. Okay, so this is A and this is B. And then you have to do it this way. B operator A. Here operator is plus. So B operator A, where A is the topmost element, that is 4. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So after doing it, push the result of evaluation onto the stack. So what is the result? Result is 7. So push it back to the stack. End of if. Set result equal to the topmost element of the stack. So this is the result, final result. Okay. Okay. So in this case, this is the result 7. So this is the topmost element. Now this is the top. So if any other operator comes like multiply, then this will act as A, 7, and this will act as B. So this will be 2, that is B operator A, that is 7. And then the evaluation will take place. So this way, the algorithm works. It is also very, very simple kind of algorithm. So these questions come in your exam. If it is offline exam, as of now, online exam is going on. So maybe they can give you an expression like this, and they might give you 4 options that after evaluating this expression, what is going to be the correct result. So you can follow these steps and you can find out the result and pick the correct one. That is for MCQ. And if it is offline exam, then you have to do it this way. You have to make 2 columns, one for scan character, another for stack, and then you have to evaluate. Is it clear to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
So next, let us see infix to prefix. Okay, now infix to postfix we have seen. Now this is infix to prefix. So I will just tell you to understand this one. If you can understand this one, and even if you write this one step by step, that will work as the pseudocode. Okay. So you see how to do it. The corresponding prefix expression is obtained in the operand stack. For example, given an infix expression. So what is the infix expression given? This is an infix expression which is given. Now step 1, reverse the infix string. Note that while reversing the string, you must interchange left and right parentheses. So you see L minus K divide A, everything is reversed. So this infix expression is written in reverse order. Okay, starting from, and this is the closing bracket. In this case, this will become opening bracket. Then L minus K divided by A. This is opening bracket, it will become closing bracket. So in this way, this entire expression is just reversed. Then step 2, obtain the corresponding postfix expression of the infix expression obtained as the result of step 1. Now this is our new infix expression. Now you have to find the postfix of this one, just like the way we have done using the same algorithm. That is converting infix to postfix. Using that, you convert this one into postfix. So if this is converted to postfix, then what do we get? We get this. So this is the postfix expression for this infix expression. Now after getting this postfix, reverse the postfix expression to get the prefix. Now take this one and reverse it. That is multiply, then minus, then A, then divide, then B. This way you write it. And this is your prefix expression for the actual question. Are the steps clear to you? Are the steps clear to you?
Clear, ma'am.
So this is the thing that you have to do. Just take a simple, very, very simple example. Suppose I have one infix expression A plus B. Now first they have told to, suppose it is like this. They told to reverse it. That means it will become B plus A. Then they told to find the postfix of this. If I find the postfix of this, I will get what? BA plus. Now they told to reverse this postfix. So if I reverse this postfix, I will get plus AB, which is the infix, which is the prefix of this. Prefix is plus AB, isn't it? So this is the final answer. I hope it is clear to you.
Yes, ma'am.
Next is evaluating prefix expression. Now we have evaluated postfix and this is evaluating prefix. So what is the evaluation? Okay, how to do it? We'll see it. So it is saying that accept the prefix expression, repeat until all the characters in the prefix expression have been scanned. Scan the prefix expression from right one character at a time. Okay. Here the expression is not given. That is why it is difficult to understand. Okay. So it is saying that you have to scan it from the right. Okay, let me see if I get one example that I'll show you. Okay, before that, let us complete this one. So another use of stack is function call, implementing function call, and by that way recursion also. So normal function call or recursion call, because recursion is also kind of function call, all these are done using stack. Now how to do it, you see. So when A calls B, okay, suppose A is a function that can be, how a function is called, I told you. A function can be called from the main function. A function can be called by another function. And a function can call itself, which is called recursion. So these are the three ways a function can be called. Okay. Now suppose you have written a function A. Okay. And for that, for implementing that function A, this function A needs another function B. So function A will call the function B. So when A calls B, A is pushed on top of the system stack. So now A is calling B, so A will be first pushed into the stack. So when the execution of B is complete, the system control will remove A from the stack and continue with its execution. So what happens actually when A calls B? First A will be pushed into the stack and then B will be pushed into the stack. Now suppose B needs another function C to implement itself. So B will call C. So B when calls C, C will be pushed into the stack. And then suppose C needs another function to execute itself, D. So C will call D. So D is the last function which is called. Okay. So which one will be the first one to complete? D will be the first one to complete. And it will return the value to C. And D will be popped. Okay. Then with the value that D returned to C, C will complete its work. And C will return the value to B and C will also be popped. Now B received the value from C. So B will complete its work and return the value to A and B will also be popped. And finally A will take the value from B, A will complete its work and A will be popped. So this is what it will look like. First D will complete, okay, and D will be popped. Then it will return the value to C. C will do its work and return the value to B and C will be popped. Now B will do its work using the value that it got from C, and then B will be popped and it will return the value to A. And finally A will use the value that it obtained from B and it will complete its work, and finally A will be popped and the stack will be empty. Is it clear to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Now let us see how recursion actually works. Suppose you want to find the factorial of 3. Okay. You want to find 3 factorial. What is the base case? 0 factorial whose value is 1. That is the base case. Okay. So first 3 factorial will be called where 3 is considered to be n. Then you see the next call will be with n minus 1 factorial. Okay. So from here you got the value 3. So 3 and into 2 factorial, that is n minus 1 factorial. Right? This will call from there, it will get 2, 3 into 2, and it will call 1 factorial, that is n minus 2 factorial. Right? Then it will get 3 into 2 into 1, and it will call 0 factorial, that is n minus 3 factorial. Now the value of 0 factorial is given in the base case, which is 1. So finally it will be 3 into 2 into 1 into 1, that is 6. Clear? Is it clear?
Ma'am, can you repeat?
I said that when 3 factorial is called, how it works in recursion? It will be, if 3 is considered to be n, this will be 3 into 2 factorial in the next call, that is n minus 1 factorial. Isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
This 2 factorial will be 2 into 1 factorial. Okay, so now it is 3 into 2 and 1 factorial. Okay, that is 1 will be n minus 2 factorial. And what this 1 will call? N minus 3 factorial, that is 0 factorial. And it will become 3 into 2 into 1. Okay. Now 0 factorial is the base case, suppose. So its value will be given, and which is 1. So this one, this base case will return the value 1 to this. So it will say the value is 1. It will be returned to this one, and this will be popped. Okay. So this got 1, and its 1 factorial is also 1. Okay. So this value will be returned to this, and it will be popped. So this from here we get 1 into 1 into 2, and this value will be popped, and it will be returned to this. So 1 into 1 into 2 into 3 will be calculated as 6, and this will be popped. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, ma'am.
So this way, this stack is used for function call. So it will first function that is called will be here, then the next, then the next, then the next, and while popping, it will pop this one first, then this, then this, then this. So this way it is done. Okay, I'll stop sharing, and let me see if I can find an example of, this prefix evaluation. Just a minute. Is it visible to you? Can you see this? Please let me know.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so this is the prefix expression. This is the question. Okay, you see plus, minus, 9, 2, 7 into 8 divide 4, 12. So this is prefix expression because the operators are before the operand. Now this has to be evaluated. So we'll start scanning from the right hand side. So in the right hand side, we have first 12. So 12, after that we have 4. 4, okay, then division. So 12 divided by 4 is 3. 3 will be pushed into the stack. After that 8. So 3, then 8, then multiply. So it gives 24. Then 7, 24 and 7, then 2, 24, 7, 2, then minus. So 24 and 5, 7 minus 2 is 5, and then plus. So 24 plus 5 is 29 is the final answer. So what is the difference? In this case, you will start scanning from the right hand side. In postfix, you are scanning from the left hand side. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you can, I'll share, you can write down this question, plus minus 9. It will be easy for you. The solution is already given in the PPT. I'll share it with you. So this question you write down. So this is evaluating prefix expression. Is it complete? Yes, is it complete?
Yes, ma'am.
So whatever was taught in stack, is it clear to you?